Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Boogeyman Radio. I am Sir David, and my left.
For now.
Sir Charles.
Good to see everybody. How's it going tonight?
Charles, how was your Halloween, man? I know you had a paranormal investigation on the 30th.
Well, on the 30th, it was a great time. So went up to the Ray County Museum. It was really quiet. That's the first thing I had to say is it was so quiet. It was really nice. Like there's not a lot of people, so it was just naturally dead quiet. Trying to think, we didn't have a whole lot happen, but we did hear a lot of very unexplainable noises, footsteps that we couldn't trace. We were all together most of the time. So, it's hard to hear where, like, if you heard a footstep down the hall, it's like, well, that was something for sure. But it was actually, to me, the coolest part was we were in that little wing where the Civil War room, Native American room, and then other room, I think it's like the Revolutionary War room, I think. That little 3-part right there, I put cat balls down, one in the Civil War, one in the hallway, one right outside the door in the hallway, and then one right outside the door of the Native American room. And then one like farther down the hallway on the right side. But so I'm standing out actually like in the hallway, and my friend Greg is recording on our full spectrum camera from the Civil War room into the Native American hallway. And we totally got like cat ball activation.
Did they act in order?
No, it was actually just like, so there was 2 of them that would activate. One of them was just the Civil War room, one like right in front of it, which I was not even close to. I was up against the wall, or it's not the Civil War room, sorry, Native American room. It was the one just outside of that room. Okay. And then, but here's the thing. I was in the camera view to where you could see if I wasn't moving or not. So you'd know if my movement set off the cat balls or not. Here's the thing. Several times I walked by all 3 of the cat balls. None of them would go off at all, even when walking by them.
Interesting.
And then I started asking questions, and then I started getting this really weird presence on my right side down the hallway in that big middle entrance area.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I brought that to attention, that's when the ball in front of the Native American room started lighting up. And so I was asking questions, and there was one question I asked. I was like, if you're the person if you're the whatever I'm feeling on my right side, and you're making these balls go off, can you please do that again? And it lit up. So it was like whatever was down the hallway on the right was actually affecting the ball in front of the room.
Were you guys running any audio at the time?
Yes, we had recorders and everything going like every single session.
I don't suppose you had any time to go through them yet.
No, like I haven't gone through anything yet. I've barely done anything investigation-wise. I had some people come over today, but once I do, I will obviously let you know how that goes. And I'm trying to think what else. Random noises, bits and pieces here and there. Oh, did a really good Estes method session in the first floor, right at the base of the staircase. We were asking questions there. And then the person with the Echo Vox, and we also did SB7, which we were getting pretty good hits with SB7 too, which I was really surprised. It was hard to hear, but it's just the way it works. What's up, Kelly? What's up, Josh? But yeah, we were getting some hits from a person named Robert, and I asked Kathy if that name is like familiar, and she said yes, because Kathy was there. She was actually in the gathering room, but it was really cool. We had some more confirmation with us asking questions and stuff, like if you lived there, if you worked there.
Which is interesting, like I showed you the episode of that.
Yeah, where you guys had the same method. Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron Thompson and I were doing the Estes session and had some really cool results too. So that's cool that you guys had some good results.
Yeah, and that was the first time that they had ever seen that. And that was one of the things I wanted to do because I saw that you guys had success. I don't know if other groups have had success, but so far you had success, we had success. I'd say it's a proven method or something good in that location for sure.
Yeah,
but it was a great time. I had a blast.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it was crazy. It was like as soon as like some of the activity stopped, it was like the entire place just went dead. And then, like, the rest of the 3 hours that we were there, just nothing else happened. It was weird. Yeah. But anyways.
Well, the museum's always a good time. It's a nice place, and it's probably one of the best museums you could ever really go to.
Absolutely.
Honestly. For a nonprofit, local museum kind of thing. Like, it's set up super well, and it's in a great building.
And they had a great haunted house walkthrough the night before, so I was hoping that was going to stir up some energy to do some stuff, which actually the first thing I did notice when we first arrived was in the Mormon room, there was a book, a pamphlet, and some papers that were actually just on the floor. I don't know. I went and asked Kathy if like that's where they were supposed to be, and she said no, they're supposed to be generally on that little cushion couch thing that's there, and they weren't on there when I showed up. We took pictures of it, documented it just to make sure, and so it was a little weird. Yeah.
Nice. Real quick, guys, before we get started on here tonight, we do have a guest, Aaron G. Thompson. We're going to find out what that G stands for. Maybe it's G Unit.
In there, and it's original gangster. Anyways.
Yeah. Aaron O.G. Thompson. Tommy Gunn. He'll be on here in just a few minutes. We've got him waiting in our green room. But before we go any further, I do want to holler at everybody that's on our Facebook page watching. We just started streaming to Facebook recently, and I know Facebook had some issues with StreamYard. Those had supposedly been fixed, but I'm not sure if they fixed the whole chat issue where like your name doesn't pop up. So if your name comes up as Facebook user, you can always switch over to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Boogeyman Radio, and you get a better stream there, and it's a better chat experience as well. So just to let you guys know that. And real quick, I got to do a quick shout out. My great uncle Harold passed away yesterday. He was a hilarious guy. I think that's where I get my sense of humor from, is that side of the family. But Alzheimer's, that's pretty much what did him in. But died at the age of 85. But Harold, you will be missed, and we'll be thinking about you this weekend. Also, guys, if you want to support the channel and get some extra content, you can join our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Boogeyman Radio, and you'll get extra show. So you have us here, and then you have anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or sometimes more on our Patreon, plus any video extras that we do, like with vlogs and stuff like that. You get access to all that. So if you want to jump over there, it costs less than a gallon of gas a month. Ooh. So head over there. It's a great price, and you'll be supporting our channel, supporting the show. And for those that are already over there, we appreciate you. And we've got some good stuff for you tonight. I guess let's just bring them on. Ladies and gentlemen.
Get into it.
You may know him from Ghost Crier. You may know him from 28 Days Haunted on Netflix. You may know him from the dumpster behind McDonald's. Does you know? I give him 5 stars. Anyway, he's always there for you. He's the man. That's why the middle initial is G. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Thompson.
Thank you, guys. Oh, please, more.
More.
I like to point out real quick, Charles, you had the best saying I've ever heard. I think we need to coin it somehow. Cat ball activation. I don't know why.
That's
cat ball activation.
Cat ball activation. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
We'll try to remember that. Let me write that down real quick.
Trademark. 2020.
Yeah.
Done. Hashtag.
Aaron, man, you've been a busy boy. He's been a busy little
Busy little beaver.
Oh my gosh, that's what the G stands for, guys. Busy. It's a silent G.
Yes.
Yes. I've been really I've been busy, guys. It's pretty awesome with the launch of Netflix's 28 Days Haunted. It's kept me pretty busy.
Now, before we get into that, out of my curiosity, how did the ghost tours go the other night for you?
Thanks for asking, Charles. It was a sold-out event. And okay, funny. Okay, this is kind of funny. It was like a joke throughout the whole tour. So the event was actually sold out. People are super excited to this event, and it was a higher ticket price event. And we kind of kept a little shroud of mystery to it because we really couldn't release anything at the time. So it sold out before the show was, I think, even launched or at least played. So when I went there and I go, hey guys, Aaron G. Thompson over here. So how many people here have seen the show? No one. Actually, correction. I think one, or I know at least one did. Two might have raised their hand, I'm going to see it.
Trying to be
yeah.
Trailer.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, no one even heard it. Then I go, well, who watches the shows? I'm like, wow, guys, you're killing me. This is the point of the ticket.
Right.
So, yeah, but we had fun the whole time. As we just having a blast, honestly, with this tour. And every now and then I pull back and I throw a statistic out, and I go, oh yeah, you guys probably would have known that because I'm on a TV show that's the 6th most watched globally right now. But who really watches TV now?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, it's Netflix, right?
Yeah, a little. We can go back and chill if you like. It was fun. They all had fun though. We had a beer and snack kind of presentation, or at least just Q&A at the end, which was really cool. It was fun. It was neat.
So you all met at the bar, basically?
No. It was right there at the museum. We went to. Well, so who was hosting this was the German American Heritage Center, locally in Davenport, Iowa. So we started off there. I greeted everyone. We took a walk around downtown Davenport and ended right back at the location and went to the community room.
Well, that's a great way to
German beer.
Next and
Spirits and booze, guys. Spirits and booze.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Denise a spoiler warning tonight, just in case some of our questions actually pertain to the show. So
some of them are going to pertain to the show.
Exactly. She says she hasn't watched it yet. So
spoiler alert. I die at the end.
Oh, God. Instead of John dies at the end, Aaron dies at the end.
When you were did your head really come off, or?
No. Luckily we have green screen, and but I was the ghost that kind of saved the day at the end with the big explosion. To really unify all three locations, it was pretty cool. All real.
But you were okay. You're okay. You did survive. You did survive, though, right?
Yes, I did survive. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Happy endings. You gotta love happy endings.
I was a little worried there.
Before we something else. Before we dive into the shows, you've been up to something else. You kind of showed it off there when you gave the thumbs up. You started making.
Oh yeah. Rings. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
I love the blue one that you were showing out, that you had a picture of.
Was it the white one and blue one, or was it just the solid blue on the outside?
It was solid. No, it was solid blue, the glowing one.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
That was fire.
Yeah, well, the cool thing was the white and blue one's pretty sweet because that white is actually blue glow pigment as well. So when it glows like different shades of blue. Nice. But I think the one you're talking about was all white. There's a lot you can do with this, and it's funny because I started making these rings back. I bought the materials originally at the end of 2020, and then I ended up getting COVID at the beginning of 2021. Oh, so I'm like, oh crap, I'm stuck inside. What am I gonna do? Oh, these boxes. Let me undo them because I was putting down $400. I kid you not. I bought 4 of these rings. $400 each. I think I might have got a discount ticket discount code that took it down to like $350 or something like that. But that's a lot of money, and mine was off a little bit on the size. They're cool, but it's like I just couldn't keep dumping money on this. It's like a weird vanity item. So I after I started to make these rings myself for like family members and whatnot, and just kind of testing and practicing, making myself my own perfect ring in a sense. I started thinking, I go, man, what if I can actually have an avenue that I can actually sell these, and supplement, funds, so I could still pay my bills and do research and the paranormal and kind of bring it all together. It's like I got this new skill set now. And it's pretty awesome rings. So yeah, I was getting a lot of attention right away, a lot of exposure from the show, a lot of awesome people reaching out. So I just said, hey, would you guys be interested in this? There was a lot of interest. I dumped the images of the rings, and there's quite a queue of folks who want to personalize rings. So I'm very humbled. And by the way, you can still jump on that queue. I really want to knock them all out before mid-December to get them out for the holidays. But there's almost 40 right now, like backed up in the queue.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And $150, a pop. Of course, I put the work and talk with them and kind of match their perfect scenario. But
that's what I wanted.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The whole process, you're personalizing these for each individual. So it's not like just a generic ring that you're giving them, but you're giving them something that's personalized and custom for them. What's that process like?
And, it's kind of cool because I did my first video today. I got the first set of mats already. They're coming in this Friday, so I'll start working on them. But I did my first conversation. I feel bad though. Christy, she is super awesome and really wanted to be a part of this, so she jumped on it right away. And I had like so much coffee by the time I spoke with her today. I think I was talking like, I don't know, 120 miles per hour.
Wait, you're not like that already?
Oh, it was worse. Oh, it was so worse. Like I recognized that as I was talking, it's like I came out of my body, looked at myself, was like, dude, slow down, and went back in. Like I couldn't stop. So, but no, she's a trooper. But the cool thing was, I get to reach out and I get to talk to her fans of the show who are, and I it's so new to me. Like I forget this element, because I'm so into the afterlife research and so forth, to kind of speak and meet with people who are a fan of the work that I do. And of course, fan of jewelry, a fan of this unique piece that I'm creating. It's really cool. And after, of course, we talk about the process, and typically I want to do kind of like a tarot-like scenario where we have that choose the material. I kind of did a little impromptu scenario with her, but it worked out just fine. But yeah, I do really want to use energy with this and just kind of the gut of what's going to be the best build up for the individual. And of course, I spent just meditation, I throughout the time, meditation absolutely works. Whether you want to call it prayer, well wishes, good vibes, just putting good energy and stuff, absolutely works. And a good, friend of ours, Coyote Chris, he taught me, meditation that I used so many times. So in honor of him, I continue with that type of meditation and really try to put that, ground me when I'm on investigations, but of course, put that good energy into every ring. So I hope people see impact with that as well.
Real quick, absolutely, Denise. We'll be in contact about that. I was actually going through your pictures to get for the image for the advertising. One of the first ones I come across was with Chris Sutton. I just had to take a second, and I'm like, damn, I miss that guy.
Yeah. It's almost like it's weird, right? Because everything I do, it's like there's a thought. There's a thought with him in it. And I don't know. It's just he was such an impactful human being. Yeah, definitely miss him, but at the same time, he's in everything I do, which feels good.
Go ahead, Charles.
I was just going to say, I was thankful that I've had the opportunity to meet him once, and it's been a lasting impression ever since. I think it was at the Mineral Springs Hotel. What's the city?
You went there quite a bit. In Alton.
Illinois.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. I went with Denise and Ron on we went to the Paracon there, and it was really cool meeting him. We did a little drum session. We did a drum session down in the, I think it was I'm going to say basement, but I don't think it was what they called it at the time. It was basically just like a giant room with a bunch of pillars. Like stone.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if it was the pool. It didn't seem like a pool. It was just like a bunch. It was like just
no, it wasn't
stone.
A pool. It was like a conference room. Yeah.
It was really neat, and being part of that drum session, it was great. It was amazing. Yeah, sub basement. Yeah, it was a great time.
All right, so most people are here because of the show. Nobody's here for your personality. We just want to talk to somebody famous.
Of course. Or my tour, my ghost tour.
Yeah. So
they actually might be here for the tour.
Yeah, maybe. Met him from the tours, and now he's here.
So, guys, if you have any questions you want to ask Mr. Thompson here, put it down in the chat. And if you're on Facebook and it comes up as a Facebook user, you're more than welcome to switch over to our YouTube channel. The chat's better over there anyway. But if you have a question, throw it in chat. I want to start off with this as far as 28 Days Haunted goes. I mean, there's some behind the scenes stuff that we'll talk about like in the After Dark. So we're just going to talk about what everybody got to witness. And that one of the biggest things I think is the incident with you and Nick. Now they didn't show it per se, but how quickly did you guys resolve it? Because I know you guys are really good friends.
Yeah. There's a lot of stress and pressure that folks didn't see because really you couldn't do that build up. I mean, we really are isolated. There is no acting. It was just cut as quick as it can be. We were there 28 days. We were each other's company, right? So there was some stuff that happened early on that unfortunately the show didn't really go into, and maybe we'll go into that more in the After Dark section. But there's a lot of stress that was being applied to Nick and myself, maybe passively, but you'll probably be able to see it in narrative if it was stretched out a bit and was allowed to breathe some more. So you're just almost seeing the impact moment. And so that happened because there was moments where I would say something and Nick would say something else and just keep talking in this instant. Well, I was doing a callback to an earlier moment of the investigation that was actually working and proved positive. But of course that pushback happened, and I was, like I said, stressed and whatnot, tired. We're all just our downtime. People ask, like, what do you do on your downtime? We analyzed. I mean, I think we had a few hours a day. We had dinner, but for the most part, we were on. When noise happened in the downtime, we had to investigate it. Yeah. 7 days a week, for 28 days. But Nick and I instantly resolved it. I recognized, because I didn't want that moment. As you saw, I was trying so hard to not give a drama moment. Like I stopped myself and I said, okay, or so, I can't remember the exact word I said when Nick said it. And he looked at me and he just said the trigger word. He's like, are you okay? Are you all right? And I'm like, oh.
No.
Yeah. And the funnest, what are we rated, by the way? Can we yell F-bombs?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, we don't.
We're not monetized.
Okay. Because the exact, it's gonna demonetize. You don't need money. So the exact phrasing was, "You keep fucking sandbagging me," and the art of editing on the turn made me more innocent than that. That was a very clear moment, I remember. But directly after that, in the hallway, I hugged him. And I said, hey, dude, I had a moment. I don't know what's up. We're all stressed. I go, I did, I didn't mean that. The context. Yeah. I go, I just, and we hugged it out. And I looked at him. I go, that part's probably going to make the show. So this part that we're doing right now isn't going to make it.
Everyone's going to think that we hate each other. Shit.
Well, they made it.
TV.
They made it seem like you guys were mad for like 3 days or something.
I was gonna say it seemed like it almost seemed like the rest of the show is anytime that you guys would not necessarily interact, but it seemed like there was some sort of tension there pretty much for the rest of the show. And I was like, man, right? Because when you were talking about it in Joplin, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And then I watched the show and I was like, oh shit, like where's all this tension coming from? Well, that was just the show and editing is what that was.
Hey!
Oh god, whoa! Hey.
I'm just showing the underwear push-ups.
That's after dark stuff. That's come on.
Yeah.
That's whew.
Oh, lucky.
Easy there, ladies. Calm down in the chat. Just relax.
Guys, a little teaser.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Little Caesar. I was like,
Little Caesar.
All right.
Pizza.
Denise had a question. She says, What was the most difficult about being locked up for 28 days?
Not being able to talk to my little girl. I never actually got that question really directly, but I missed the hell out of her. I made 5 videos for her mom to show her. Actually, one video a week, but I made a bonus video in case, to show her again. But little girl's 3 years old, probably didn't know quite where Dad was. Yeah, right. In case day 13, drip.
I can't get out of here.
I had to actually film them all. I filmed them all in the hotel or the airport and the hotel, before I did that. So it's kind of a last minute thing. But I wanted 1 minute videos. Wanted her to just see. But yeah, I mean, it was weird to just not have any real world freedoms. It was this nonstop oppressive house that was just digging into us more and more, and we had to complete the task in our head. So yeah, tough.
Do you think that the house, the entities in the house or whatever, do you think that had to do anything with some of the stress levels that you guys were dealing with? And
absolutely,
fighting.
Absolutely. There was a huge moment at the very beginning. Our house had a little bit different or extended narrative that I'm sure the other houses did too, but I don't think they show the real potential of really what our house was like. Our first night was one of the most active nights, weirdly enough. And they did this kind of little loop thing. And then of course at the end had what had, but the first night, it was the only night that it rained, it stormed. And so as the rain's covering this old, I think it was a 1754 structure, we were moving the static generator and then making that pump out negative ions in the airway for more connectivity. So we're having all this electrical charge, really. And then we decided to do solos in the house. And that's when I was the first one in. The other 2 were out. And I did the attic. Being in the attic, I surround myself with a tripwire, which is basically a collection of EMF detectors that display color and brightness intensity when something hovers over that specific area. So we kind of see what direction something might be coming. So of course all the lights were off. I got 2 cameras on me in the attic and talking to the air assumptively. And then all of a sudden, all of them light up. They all, I say blow up, but poof, you see them on. Supposedly it was calling the camera. I asked them, they did say that they caught the whole meter just lit up around me, and I of course caught my attention because it's the only thing in the room that's light, and I didn't feel this. And investigator Cam, and based on comfortable I feel.
You're cutting out here, Aaron.
Tell me right now. That's because I'm talking about good stuff, and the station is like, nope, we're cutting them.
Cut him out! Cut him out! Cut him out! Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
They're like, cut his power. And that's how I found Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, I wish they would have showed that.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty darn close if you think about it. At the end of the last episode, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Right.
So Cassie had a Go ahead.
Cassie had a question. All right, Charles, you can control the chat then. Were you compensated, Aaron? And you feel free to answer yes or no, or don't answer at all. Plead the fifth if you want to.
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, let me put it this way. So no one, I don't think, in their right mind can save up money to leave their job for a month and still have bills being paid, especially me. As I was living out of my car before this. So, yeah, there had to be some change in the mix. It's TV and it's a major studio. Actually, it's the most exposure. From what I heard, it's the we are now officially, I heard that somewhere, I haven't seen the official stats, but we're the most viewed paranormal TV show of all history. But look at the avenue that we're on.
Yeah.
Nobody works for Netflix for free.
Are you guys the first? Like, I was wondering this, and I didn't really do any searching for it. Are you guys the first like paranormal like show, like reality show? That's what I thought.
On Netflix.
That's what I thought. That's huge for Netflix. So that's great.
It's exciting. It has a lot of responsibility with it. It's a lot. I mean, of course, we were taking it was quite a process. Like, to work for Netflix, I've never had a more intense process. I was supposed to move with two travel channels, move forward with two travel channel shows at the beginning, mid of 2020. Of course, we know what happened there. Both opportunities left. However, those processes can't even touch the process that I went through with this. We didn't know we got the job until about a week and a half before we got accepted, and we didn't know where we were going to about 3 days.
Did you ever get to meet Tony Sparrow at all? Is it Tony? I think it was Tony.
No.
Never.
He just got to watch me do underwear push-ups secretly.
Yep. Yeah. So Denise wanted to know. That's perfect. Was Denise want to know? Was that your most embarrassing moment during those days, or what was?
No, I'm not embarrassed. Moment? No, I was not embarrassed about that at all. I would have been embarrassed if they would have caught me naked, because there was a time that I decided to forget something, and I'm so glad they didn't roll with that. But helicopter, go! No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Go,
Gadget.
My most
balls and shit.
Whee! Oh. So my most embarrassing moment, it wasn't the narrative, and the only reason I was embarrassed is because I was caught off guard by the spiritual energy on site. Because I boast numbers, how long because I've been actively and aggressively been researching this since 1999. That's a long time, and I don't have very much sleep in between there. It's been a lot of active years. So to kind of approach this very scientifically, and I still do, I entered the game board. I didn't know where I was going, mind you. We didn't know any history of this location. It's a very it was a very bloody land that we were ultimately on, and there's some wicked stuff that appeared. And even Connecticut in the 1600s was before the house was there, but it was far worse in Salem for the witch trials. I mean, it was nasty. So 28 days is big. But oh, that's the next. That's part season 2. Very spin-off fusion. But God, that'd be terrible. I hope that's not what they're doing.
I thought they already.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh, embarrassing moment. They did, not 28 days though. But so anywho, yeah, we're in his house and I pretty much let my guard down and I get oppressed. You know, that's kind of what you see a little bit with Nick and I's outbursts. There was actually an exorcism by our demonologist that was pretty legit, because again, I was demonstrating how it was feeling at the time of the expulsion of that energy. It would have been cool to see, but I just played the game board wrong. You know, honestly, that's what it was. I was caught off guard, and yeah, I was embarrassed, but I'm glad that it happened, because now, you know, it's crazy. This world of paranormal.
I didn't really see. To me, when I watched the show, though, it didn't really seem like you were like, yeah, you had the little argument between.
They hid that. They hid that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I was like,
yeah.
I didn't see anything that like really like threw you off or made you look horrible or anything like that.
Well, this kind of brings up right here. When Charles started watching the show, he messaged me. He's like, "Does Aaron always just kind of hang back like this?" Because he, you know, after the incident with Nick, and of course they show it like it lasted a few days, but like you just seemed like you kind of hung back a little bit during the show. And if that's part of the oppression that you're talking about,
that was,
I can see that now, and I think that's an important piece. They probably should have left in the show now. Now that I'm looking at it,
you know, Sean, the demonologist, he was kind of upset that they remove that piece. Mind you, the studio's going for their narrative story. They didn't understand how important the data was. And this was a huge data scenario, because again, I'm trying to illustrate at the time, because I thought nothing was wrong. I was getting super pissed off at both Nick and Sean in this one scene where actually Nick has the camera, believe it or not. And it was just, it would have been a neat narrative, because you would have saw the moment of oppression, that moment where the EMF detector was all around me and it went off. That would have been a good starting point, because of course I address it then, and you mood deteriorate. You start seeing a lot actually, until this weird moment in the living room that I start basically swearing the entire St. Michael's prayer. And I think Nick Price is the best line in the middle of that. As he has the camera, he looks at or you know, he just says, "I don't think that's in the prayer."
That's a little different. Denise wanted to say, or she wanted to ask, did you know Sean personally before this?
No. Well, first time we met him was when they pulled him up in a vehicle and we shook his hand, which they didn't show that scene. But there was a lot of omitted. I mean, they were going for a narrative, so they were shooting a lot. But yeah, no, first time we met him.
I'm going to follow that up with Lori's question.
Good.
Do the negative comments from the fan page get on your nerves? She says she's still beyond frustrated with people ragging on Jeremy without taking into account his health and calling his demonology fake.
You know, that's the fun thing with humans, right? We're all passionate about this. Like, we're all enthusiasts. So we're seeing this through different perspectives. And though some people might call them trolls, and I think that's doing a disservice to the haters out there who really don't like this, because I don't feel that they are trolls. I feel that they are enthusiasts and they're very passionate, but they're getting the facts twisted, and it's exact to them. So they are frustrated that they feel the TV world is going to do a disservice to the overall field, when in reality, the only thing that's going to move the field forward is someone in the lab, hopefully allow me in the future to kind of move forward with resources and this awareness now, so we can start doing stuff and work with you more, David, and the rest of the guys, Charles. But there's some good people doing some good things here, and I think the TV shows, I mean, we did legit work in the TV show. Their narrative, legit work though, and overall, it's a very entertaining piece. There's a lot of things we can do in the field to make it make it work. But no, the negative comments, I love the negative comments. You know how many people I turned to like fans or friends? I think I got a free tattoo offer from a guy in like, not Belgium, it was someplace in Europe. Just because I called him out on, I was like, rude, dude. And I just called him out on some stuff. And we started talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it though.
Speaking of enthusiasts, Cassie wants to know, do you think Sean wrote in the foggy mirror?
No, I do not. And the reason I'm taking this character trait right from the small exposure that I knew him, he's so passionate with his world of demonology to take away any of that credibility. He really doesn't like TV shows. He understands how important they are for the work of someone in the paranormal, because it's true. There's no fun paranormal stuff on the normal, and to actually have an opportunity to do so. I think there are good people in the paranormal entertainment world. I don't know everyone personally, but entertainers, they could be entertaining. But I think Sean, from what I got out of him, he has been legit. He overshares some stories sometimes. It could have very well been a pareidolia scenario, where we're just seeing we're seeing something. But yeah, for him to kind of make a thing, it just didn't seem right, because it would have pulled the whole narrative from another investigation he did, and it just would have derailed the entire kind of investigation. I just don't feel like it's legit, but I also don't feel like he.
Yeah.
So does he and Nick still talk?
I think they're cool now. I don't know if they're besties by blowing up each other's text messages, but I both understand there was a lot of weight when doing this. And Nick, Nick, I don't blame him from being skeptical about a lot of things regarding the paranormal. I think it's smart to go in with a skeptical mindset. It's, of course, when you get cynical, that's when you got to kind of back off. There is this world out there. I think we all can agree with that. But what context does that world play in our scenarios?
Let's see. And Denise says subconsciously might have done it. Maybe. I don't know. I think maybe that was there way before. Somebody could have done that like a month prior. You never know.
Had the grease still on the mirror. Yeah.
I mean, but
there's been thoughts.
I was kind of curious. Like, did Nick bring that metal detector with him, or was that supplied by the show?
Yes. No. That was his personal metal detector. He wanted to bring that. It was actually shipped separate because it was too big. He couldn't take it to the airplane, so his wife actually sent it. So it arrived a couple days after, which we got permission. They were able to deliver it to the house. But yeah. It was a cool feature.
I'm going to start taking my metal detector on investigations now.
He's used it quite a bit. He's used it for different tactics, and he still practices different things with it.
Like grave robbing.
Yeah, grave robbing. Huge fan of grave robbing.
That's why he didn't want to go to the cemetery, because he had some unfinished business.
Yeah.
28 days later, he covers up the hole.
No.
Nice.
We just like dressing in the old clothes, guys. All right, we're still.
I just want to get in the character here. Let me put on their clothes and see what's going on here.
Yep.
Lori asked, did you guys return the disc to the hole?
The disc? No, we gave it to a museum. So we're talking about
belongs in a museum. Anyways.
Now
the pentagram.
Yeah, no, now the museum's haunted. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was, there was a narrative of the pentagram, which it was a 5-star, 5-sided star. But however, for me, when I was close, and I brought this up on site, it almost looked like it could have been like a candle holder that was smashed washed over 300 years or so from the dirt. And it could have just been a decorative scenario. Someone just put it down, never left it, time smashed it, and that's what we got. That was, that was my quick thought at the time, but we went a different way with that. And I mean, pentagram.
When Nick first dug it up, the first thing I thought of, like, my mind instantly like teleported me back to Paranormal State when they would like bury things on people's property as a protection thing. And if that was like a protective ordeal, Nick just removed protection.
Yeah, what did Nick release now?
we couldn't the Scooby-Doo chest. We couldn't really Google it at the time. And we got to go back, guys.
There's your sequel. There's season 2.
I think it's a Christmas special. 12 Haunted Nights.
Yes. 12. Shorten it down a little bit. Let's just bring it back.
Yeah. Let's let it breathe a little bit.
Yes. So Kelly wanted to know, did anything follow you home?
Everything followed me home. Fame, money, ladies. No, I'm totally kidding. No.
Well,
no. I could say nothing followed me home.
Now,
and the funny thing is, I always kind of welcome it. So that's always a weird question to me, because then it lets me do at-home research. I'm weird.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I welcome it. I would invoke my own house against everyone's.
You figure out, figure out which haunting this came from. Be like, oh, so you came from Melbourne, or you came from blah blah blah. Like, cool.
Yeah. Have like a circular table and all the different haunts sit at one of the.
Right. Exactly.
Dangerous.
Now, when you start making dolls, I'll be a little worried, but
I'm constantly oppressed and possessed. I'm just a crazy person.
What you could do is start making rings of power with your ring business and put spirits in your rings. But it's fun.
You know what? I do have some ideas with the rings, actually. Not quite rings of power, but why not?
What ring to rule?
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. So something we had talked about when we were in Joplin, I'd asked you if you had if Netflix had shown you the show, or if you'd gotten any kind of teasers for the show, as far as like since you were in it, they might give you something, right?
That'd be cool,
you
right?
said no. That's there's nothing there. So with that being said, are you happy with the direction that they took your guys' side of things, as far as the investigation, the clearing out? Obviously, there was some stuff missing because we already talked about. But overall, do you feel like the show did it justice?
There's so much content they had to work with, and we're just talking about our segment, 28 days of 24-hour, 24/7, audio, video footage. So really, they can turn us in whatever character they want in that time frame. They can do the story. I think it's incredibly entertaining. Actually, I really enjoyed the watch of it. My character could have went two ways, because I would speak high level, like quantum stuff every now and then, and other mumbo jumbo that some people will be like, huh?
Some
which I like.
Intellectual stuff that
Well, I hope. I don't know quite how to categorize it. I mean, it's still Ghost, but yeah, it's an alternative way to think about this. However, that stuff's not in it. So I'm glad they turned me into the character that they chose to, because they could have made me a crazy loon. I feel like I lucked out so much compared to, from what I hear, from some of the other ones, they weren't as pleased with and we're just talking about the character. I get it. So you know what? There's plenty of room for me to grow, for me to show. So I'm fine. I can start where I am. And some people got a sense of who I was, which was pretty interesting. So I got to rewatch it.
Well, I mean, what you were kind of referencing just a second ago, as far as how the show portrayed some people, to be fair, the location could have really did a number on those people to force them to bring that out. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah, the narrative, I think the narrative's good. Could they have done a different narrative that I would have Thought it displayed the science and the drama that they're looking for, and teamwork. And got the same, ending. If they had, I don't know, 6 more episodes, then they could have probably did it, and that would have been, a different narrative. Yeah,
I know Cassie's got a question. Cassie has a question, but I'm going to hold off her question, and we're going to hold that off for the After Dark. We're going to go into some more stuff on the After Dark on Patreon. If you guys don't know about Patreon, if you go to patreon.com/Boogeyman Radio, you'll get more of this show. We're going to be wrapping up here shortly and then moving over there. So if you want to go over there, sign up for our Patreon. It's only $2.49 a month, less than a gallon of gas. You guys can get some more information and some juicier details. But at this point in time, Aaron, I want to do something with you that we did with Katie Stafford, and we're going to do with every guest that we have on from now on. I want you to do a Mad Lib. We're gonna try to rapid fire this. You can be as stupid as you want with it. You can be as dirty as you want with it. You can be as stupid as you want with it. We're not monetized. So it's not
first thing that comes out.
Yeah. So here we go. I need a noun. Abraham
Lincoln. Well, he's a person. Sorry, person, place, or thing, right? So,
proper noun.
President. Yeah.
Okay. President. Adjective.
Running.
So adjective is a word that describes a noun.
Oh, my bad. Then we'll do pink.
Do what?
Hey, pink. That's a description, right? How about hairy? We'll just do hairy.
Hairy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Pink would have worked too. Another noun.
Backyard.
Backyard.
I don't know where this is going.
Give me another adjective.
Pink.
Give me a noun.
Oh my gosh. We'll go monkey.
Give me another noun.
A cat.
And give me the name of a person in chat.
There we go. Let me see. Kelly Wiseman. Born and raised cat.
Congratulations, Kelly. I need 2 adjectives.
We'll do lofty and fast.
All right. Give me an adverb.
There we go. Running.
Coming back around it. We knew it was coming.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
No, running would be a verb. An adverb.
Oh my gosh.
Adverbs
See, I
describe
just don't know.
like quickly or
Making me likely. Like likely.
likely. Yeah.
Likely.
Likely.
I like it. I like it.
I
likely like it.
2 nouns.
2 nouns. Clown in grass.
All right. I need a part of the body, plural.
Go
what your gut is.
Penises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay,
Like a
penis.
snake. Yeah.
It's a little
Terrifying
Okay, and then
mythological beast.
give me another part of the body.
A nose.
Nose. And then last, give me a number.
3.
All right.
Yes, please.
All right, here we go. This one is called Pinocchio's Diary.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. I got nose in there.
Yeah, and nose. Here we go. 6:20 a.m. Woke up this morning, looked at my face in the president, and I was still nothing but a hairy puppet carved out of backyard.
Oh.
Depressed.
Sure.
Went back to sleep. 6:50 a.m. Awakened by a pink fairy. She said that if I want to become a real monkey, I must have a conscience. Then she just disappeared into a thin cat.
Oh, good.
7:12 a.m. A cricket named Kelly Wiseman visited me.
Very wise.
She said that a boy with a good conscience can tell right from lofty, and he always speaks the fast truth. Nice. He added that if I lie, it will become likely apparent to everyone. 7:30 a.m. Excited, I woke up my dad, Geppetto, and told him that I had become a real clown, just like he always wanted.
Sorry.
Geppetto fetuses filled with tears.
It
Terrifying.
goes so many ways.
Are those tears? Be honest.
He doesn't know any better. He's not a real boy.
Yeah, he doesn't know. It was.
Was Geppetto a priest or what? 8:30 a.m. Geppetto asked if I would like to go to school. I said yes. Suddenly, my nose grew 3 inches. Look at that!
Hey, look at that! Oh,
Nailed it.
That deserves a little.
That'd be $5.
Man, that was a good one. All right.
Woo!
Woo!
And yeah, that was good. That was actually really good. I kind of cried on that one a little bit. They're real tears.
My cheeks hurt.
The real. Are you sure the tears
cry.
came from your cheeks? Or yeah, whatever.
All right, guys. We got just a few more minutes. If anybody has a question, we can scroll back up to and knock one of these out. Charles, I thought you were gonna.
I think here.
I thought you had control of the chat there. I thought you might scroll up or something.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the last question was just Cassie's question.
I thought there was another one above it.
I got a couple
I
questions
already answered that one.
from Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah. They I know someone asked how long have I been doing this. I think I answered it briefly before.
28 days.
Yeah, 23 years. 28. I've been doing this for 28 days. I'm ready to go for 29 if someone will invite me to the team. But 23 years been doing this. So, I laugh a lot and I joke a lot. It wasn't so much the first 10 years of me doing this. I really had to stick up my ass. I think I had to pull it out and things got a lot more fun. So now I'm just like mad scientist crazy. So that's why I probably what happened. Now tears came out and everything.
I'm sure those tears.
Out there are a few tears.
Yeah.
A little bumpy. Lori asked, will you do another experiment like 28 days again?
Good question. Maybe. It was not like a walk in the park scenario, right? Like that's legit. It was exhausting. It was mentally exhausting. It was mentally challenging. You're hitting it every day. Sure, I like this kind of idea to combat science, but I would need to go into negotiation more so with my character build and kind of what we can do to present, or at least to advise maybe the production afterwards of a route that would be best for the science of. I'm willing to do like another experiment like this for another season, if that conversation and a few other elements are addressed. But, yeah,
I think I preferred your character on Haunting History, Ray County Museum episode. Just saying,
the real man,
dude,
he lost it. You cracked him up.
We'll talk. I'm going to talk about it in the After Dark. But before we go, though, where can everybody find you?
Really, all the main popular social sites. It's at what is it? At TisMeRNG. Yeah. So I believe I have it on my little name palette thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
ARNGThompson.com is coming soon.
Ooh.
So there's that.
There it is. There it is.
Soon to a theater near you.
Finally. There it is. Yeah, perfect.
Tis me, Aaron.
RNG.
You kind of have to say it.
RNG.
Tis me, RNG.
It's a me, RNG. Also want to say hello to Orsi. Someone was watching, which is kind of awesome. And I believe there's folks on my Facebook too that popped over. But yeah, appreciate everyone giving it a watch.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't yet, go watch 28 Days Haunted. I'm a very big critic about paranormal shows, and I will say I actually enjoyed it. Because I could tell when people typically fake crap on these shows, and then sometimes you can tell when they're not. And I felt like everything was pretty well legit, and a lot of things came down to the editing.
Exactly.
So to the people that put 28 Days Haunted together, good job. I appreciate it. Appreciate what you guys did. Aaron, what you guys did on there, appreciate that too, because it takes a lot of balls to leave your family for that long. And so I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And everybody else, go watch the show. Go find Ghost Crier. It's still on Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, should be.
Well, it was like blocked or something. So I think I just got to drop it on my YouTube, which I probably will soon. Yeah.
Go find his YouTube and see the episodes. And then go follow him on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, whatever he's got.
I'm going to do a TikTok tomorrow. I'm going to do it.
Gonna do it?
I'm going to do it.
All right, guys. Join us in the After Dark for more with Tis Me, Ed and G. I was looking all right. Watched it twice already. Probably we'll see it again. Cool. Got a big fan of Lloyd.
Oh, nice. Cool.
That's going to do it for our show here. We'll see you guys on the After Dark. Thank you for watching.
See you later.